So I heard that Dun & Bradstreet is integrated with Sugar CRM, and I downloaded a trial of Sugar CRM just so that I could play with that. Unfortunately, their trial doesn't include the Dun & Bradstreet data. Now, let me give you some background on Dun & Bradstreet to begin with. So Dun & Bradstreet is the world's premier data source for businesses. They have over 225 million, I think it's now maybe 230 million, complete business records in over 190 countries. And this information is so broad and so deep that there's no other competitor in the industry. In addition to that, they assign a DUNS number, as you can see right here, to every business, which makes it unique. And all of their data is cleansed and deduplicated and enriched 5 million times a day. So that says a whole lot about the company. So having that kind of quality business data integrated into your CRM is invaluable. So unfortunately, my trial doesn't include the Dun & Bradstreet data, but I'm going to just show you where you could find Dun & Bradstreet data as if you were a marketer. And in a trial, you have different personas that you can take on and see what kind of Dun & Bradstreet data you could get for the different job roles. So if we just go into, let's say, accounts, and we want to build a list of new accounts, here comes Dun & Bradstreet right there. Now, if I did have the Dun & Bradstreet component with the free trial, all the Dun & Bradstreet data would populate here as I enter data into here. So I'm going to say United States for the country that I want to build a list on. And right here, it's giving me the warning that the Dun & Bradstreet connector isn't configured. And if I click on it to try to configure it, it says that I don't have access. Now, let's say that I just want to build leads in the very southwest United States. So that would mean we'd add Southern California. We would add Arizona. We might add New Mexico. And then say Nevada. Now, every time I add something, you can see that this is refreshing because it would be adding more and more data as I filter the criterion in each one of these sections. And you can see how that would really be important in building a lead list for your company on what you want to the industry that you have, that you want to target, the company size, if you want them to have an annual sales more than a particular amount, more employees, etc., their financial information. And then all of this would get continually be filtered until you finally have your list. And from there, you can also filter, and then there's a button up here that would just say import, and bam, it goes into your account list without having to add additional information to go back to later to fill in, because Dun & Bradstreet has it all. So some of the data that Dun & Bradstreet has are like business verification, business insight, demographic information, disadvantaged, if it's a disadvantaged company. Gives you the family hierarchy, so it will give you a complete picture of your account and all of the businesses that are under that parent account. It will give you firmographic information, number of employees, doing business as. Of course, you get all the address and information like that, location, lat long, industry codes. You also get the CEO's name, you get social media data, their tax ID, their line of business, when the business started, their annual sales, and their annual sales at the headquarters, different industry codes, the global organization name and the domestic organization name. You find out if it's a green company. Let's say you're selling solar panels or something like that. You would want to know who the green companies are in your area. You can also find out if they're certified green and the green source code name and the date that they were certified green. You also get information on minorities. So let's say you wanted to target minorities for a particular product or sale, and you get their minority code name, and if they're certified, if they're a small business, if any company's ever been out of business, or if they've had disbarment or bankruptcy or lawsuits, liens, or judgments. You also can find out about veteran information. Let's say you want to target veterans and you have something that would be of value to them. You could find out a lot of information about veterans and about women-owned businesses as well. But that's just some of the information you would get from Dun & Bradstreet. So that's for accounts. Some of the other places that Dun & Bradstreet shows up here in Sugar CRM is building another list for contacts. The information that you would get is very valuable. And again, let's just look at the different leads, build a list of leads, Dun & Bradstreet, okay? Targets, build a list, Dun & Bradstreet. And things would populate over here and you can filter through it and then import what you want. Now, some of the things that would pop up over here would be things that can really help you create accounts and then enrich those accounts with Dun & Bradstreet data and target the proper contact within a corporation, say the lead salesperson or decision makers. So once you have the linked Dun & Bradstreet information, you then can also get the competitor information. So if your product is going to sell to a particular company, their competitors are probably good prospects as well. Also, you get financial news, you get the industry trends, which is really good, and maybe where that company is having problems or what they want to do. So that helps you present or prepare your conversation when you call that decision maker or the salesperson at that company, so that you sound very knowledgeable and you don't have to go and search all of this on the internet. It's just click, click, click. It's a click away. That's all it is. So you also can get social media information from Dun & Bradstreet. And if they're a low-risk company, because you don't want to do business if they are. You also get all kinds of financial data, their annual income and salaries. The industry information is really great because that gives you information on the industry that that company is in as a whole. So you could find out things like the business challenges, and maybe you have a solution to that. And it helps you prepare the questions, again, for the person you're going to talk to. It gives you industry acronyms. It gives you forecasts about the industry and trends and opportunities within the industry. Now, the contact information has search integrated into it. So you could just type a business role, say direct sales lead or purchasing, and then you would get a list of those people within that company. And all of that Dun & Bradstreet enrichment comes on this side. It's so complete, you really kind of have to see it yourself. And I'm really sorry that I couldn't show it to you properly. But if you have Sugar CRM, you're lucky. And any other CRM that has Dun & Bradstreet integrated with it is also very lucky, because it just makes your life so much easier. You have reliable data, up-to-date data. 5 million times a day they update their data. And it's guaranteed to be accurate, of course, refreshing that often, and it's cleansed and ready for actionable insight. So thank you for listening to this short, maybe incomplete introduction to Dun & Bradstreet integrated into Sugar CRM.